Hello everyone, my name is Shafi. Today in this class, we are going to discuss about describing the Cisco collaboration solutions architecture, and it's a chapter 1. Okay, today it's a completely theory class. Okay, in this we are going to discuss basic components, means what different components we are going to be used. Okay, what is the use of that components that we are going to be discussing to this collaboration architecture. Let's see what chapter objectives we have. First, we have the network communication. Okay, so in this we'll be discussing in networking how many different types of communications we have, which are those. Next, architectural overview about the architecture. Next, core application. Core application means this is the components actually here. So in CCNA routing switching, we have discussed about two components, which are those router and switch. Router and switch, these are the two components or two products, we can say that one. So similarly here into the unified infrastructure, we have a different products. So we'll be discussing about that. See, it's not possible in this course, we are not covering all the products. Okay, only few products we are going to be cover that one. Which are those products? What is the use of that one? Okay, that we'll be discussing here. Then finally, we have the this is the Cisco Smart Software Manager. This is used for the licensing part, but I'm not covering this one now here, because if I explain, you will not understand here. Later, after the completion of the minimum two products like gateway and the call manager, then I'm going to be explaining you what exactly the licensing, how the licensing works, okay, how you can access, what type of licensing we require this one. But I'm skipping this Cisco Smart Software Manager here in this one. Okay, so any idea how many types of communications we have in networking? That's the types of network. I'm asking about communication, network communications. There are three types of communications we have: voice, video, and data communication. Okay, so before to that one, what is communication? Communication means what? Exchanging of information, right? So that is called communication here. Exchanging thoughts, messages, and information. Okay, anything you are exchanging, anything means any thought, any message or information, for that we call communication here. Now also communication is happening between you and me. What type of communication is this? What we are exchanging now? Information, right? I know about the collaboration. Okay, that information I'm exchanging with you, that one, not thoughts. It's the information. Okay, any information you are exchanging, any message you are exchanging, or any thought you are exchanging, for that we call communication. So in networking, we have three types of communication. Okay, so one is voice, video, and data. The problem is all are different. The problem is what? All are different. Means to make data communication, we require different infrastructure. Infrastructure means what? For example, I want to send an email. Okay. To send an email, you require what? Laptop is required. Laptop or desktop is required. That should be connected to the network, right? That should be connected to the network means internet is required. To get the internet, we require devices, right? So switch we required, or if you are connecting with the wireless access point, okay, or the then router, everything we require, right? There is separate infrastructure we require to make. So I have the laptop, there is a cable is connected, and this cable is connected to the switch is connected to the router is connected to the provider. This is the infrastructure we require. If we don't have this infrastructure, then it's not possible to communicate. Similarly, now to make the voice communication, voice means, say again, this is the IP phone, right? So with this one, what I can do, this one, I can dial the number, I can communicate. Again, to dial the number from this IP phone, for this different infrastructure we require. Now to make the video call, again, different infrastructure we require, right? So we can make it data communication, we can make it voice communication, we can make it video communication. The problem is what? To make all these three types of communication, so three different infrastructure we require, right? So that's the reason there is a schema, okay? To combine all these three communications, we call it unified communication, okay? In networking, I'm repeating, in networking, we have three types of communication: voice, video, and data, but all are different. Okay. In order to bring all these three types of communication together, there is a schema called unified communication. Already you are aware what is communication. Unified means what? Bringing together, combining. For that, we call it what? Unified communication. Unified communication means in that you have the voice, you have video, you have data. The best example, okay, you are aware about Skype for business, right? At least Skype you are aware. Skype, okay, at least WhatsApp you are aware, everyone. With that, what we can do, we can make the call. Voice call, we can make it out. Video call, we can make it out. Conference call, we can make it out. Also, you can chat, that is the instant messaging. Or you have some data, any image you have or text you have, something you want to be shared, you can share, right? By using a single application, we can make it all types of communication. For that, we call unified communication. For that, we call unified communication. Getting everyone? We have three types of communication in networking, but all are different. In order to accomplish means bring. Accomplish means bring all these three communication. There is a schema called unified communications. Okay. Let's see which are those ones. There are three types of communications we have: voice communication, video communication, and data communication. Now, what happened this one? So all these three communication, we can make it out by using a single infrastructure. Earlier, what happened? To make data communication, separate infrastructure; to make voice communication, different infrastructure; to make video communication, different infrastructure we require. Now, by using the unified communication, okay, with a single infrastructure, we can make it out all three types of communication. Okay, that is called unified communication. Got it? What is unified communication? It's very simple. Communication means what? Unified communication is what? Okay. Next, it is a IP-based communication system, integrate voice, video, data, mobility products, and application. It's IP-based communication means, have you seen the landline phones earlier in the home, right? Earlier, if you want to make a voice call, we were using that landline, traditional analog devices, we were using that one. But for that device, not required any IP address. Now, if you want to browse anything, okay, if you want to send an email, you require an IP address. Without an IP address, is it possible to browse anything? Is it possible to send an email? It's not possible, right? But for the traditional, guys, going to mute. But in the coming to the voice communication, okay, the traditional connection. So in that one, not required any IP address. Only the landline phone we were having, there was a connection from the PSTN or the exchange office. Generally, we can call it as the exchange office. We get a cable from the exchange office, which is terminating on our home telephone. That one, we can be able to dial that one. For that one, IP address is not required. But now, okay, you go to the any company, any organization, this type of phones we are using. Can you see this one? This is called IP phone. It's a phone, but in general, it's a phone, but we call it as a IP phone. Why we call it this IP phone? Because it was based on the IP address. Every IP phone required an IP address. Like laptop, if you want to participate in the network, means to get in the internet, this laptop should have an IP address. If there is no IP address, it's not possible to participate in the network. Similarly, even this IP phone also requires IP address, and it works based on the IP address. So that's the reason it's a IP-based communication system. With this, we can make voice call, voice, video, data, mobility, and any application. Other applications also we can. Okay, what are those other applications we'll have later in that one. Got it? Any questions? Getting everyone? Okay. It enables more effective, secure communication and can transform the way in which we can communicate. So by default, there is a security in this one. Very fast, we can be communicate on that one. Okay, you want to provide more security. There are different security applications also you can be integrate and you can be provide that one. By default, we have a security on that one. Okay. So that's about the network communication. Let's get into, so this is how earlier we were having this type of phones, analog phones. Okay. Uh, in offices, we are not talking about the home connection here. We are talking about the corporate network here. In the corporate network, when you have multiple phones, okay, it will be connecting on the key system. This is called PBX. It's called what? PBX, private branch exchange. Okay. Earlier we were using the key system, or we were using the PBX system, private branch exchange. All your internal phones, it will be connecting to the PBX system here, and it will be having internal extension. Always internal extension, it comes in the 4-digit or 5-digit extension. Whenever you are dialing 5001, okay, so it will be hitting to the PBX. In the PBX, it will be checking what type of number is this, 5001, whether it's an internal number or external number. This is the internal number. Call will be routing internally here. This is how the communication was happening. Suppose there is one guy here, okay, his number is 97380278864. Okay, now you want to dial this number from this one. When you are dialing the same number and the call will be hitting here, now from this PBX system, this is my office, this is my private network. Then this is the central office. Central office means PSTN. It's a technical actually. Okay. The provider, ISP. ISP means what? Internet service provider. That's a provider which provide the internet. For telecommunication, any organization who can provide the telecommunication infrastructure or services, we call it a PSTN, public switch telephone network. Generally, you are aware exchange office. Are you aware about exchange office? In the traditional connection, whenever you have the landline connection, you are getting that connection from the exchange office. That exchange office is nothing but PSTN. Okay. Now from my PBX system to this central office, we have multiple connection. Can you see this one? Why we are using the multiple connection? Depend on the business requirement. Why? Because one connection, one call, we can make it out. Suppose you want to concurrently make multiple calls same time. You want to make the calls, you want to receive the call multiple. According to your business requirement, what you can do, you can take the multiple connection. Now I am dialing the 97380. It will be hitting here. Now it will be providing any one connection. From this, it will be hitting to the central office. From here, it will be connecting. So actually, central office is the provider. For that provider, technically we call PSTN. This is very important, PSTN. Okay. We are going to use many times this one. Even the lab, we are going to be implement for the PSTN, and troubleshooting we are going to do with this one. Got it. This is how we were using the key system earlier. Okay. Now these are the traditional phones. Landline. Have you seen that landline? They're also their phone. If you want, I can show you later. That's how earlier there was an infrastructure for the unified communication. Means to make the voice communication, this is how the infrastructure was having earlier here. After that one, what happened this one? Now we are using IP-based communication. Now also we have the same analog phones. Analog phone means old phones. Okay. But now we are using router here. Can you see this one? This is the router here, and between the router to router, it's a WAN connection. WAN connection means what? IP address. In a WAN connection, we use what? IP address. Router, it uses what? IP address, right? So IP address we were using. For example, this is Bangalore, BLR, and this is Chennai office. Okay. If I want to dial from Bangalore to Chennai, so here the call will be hitting to my router. From the router or the WAN, it will be connecting to Chennai office. From the Chennai, it will be connecting to my internal phone, this one. So here also we have the PBX system, private branch exchange. This is how. But now the latest we have call manager. This is the latest infrastructure we have, this one. These are the old infrastructure we were using. Now the latest we have what? This one. Now we have CUCM server. Now we don't have any KISS PBX here. PBX is the old technology. Okay. After the PBX, IP PBX. After that, now we are using the unified infrastructure. Unified infrastructure, there are different vendors exist in the market who provide this infrastructure and services. Not only the Cisco, there are many other organizations or vendors exist. Example, Avaya we have, Mitel we have, Alcatel Lucent we have, 3CX we have. There are many organizations, okay, who provide the same infrastructure, not only the Cisco. Okay. Now, here we have a server, dedicated server, CUCM. See, now we are using IP phones, not this analog phones. Yes, now also if you want to use the analog phone, you can use that analog phone. You want to be registered under the call manager? Yes, you can register. You can assign the extension. You can make the calls and everything. Now switches we have, routers we have, WAN connection we have, voice gateway we have. This is the latest infrastructure we use in the production network. Got it? Okay. This is what we are going to be learn in this course. What is this IP phone? How it works? How we can register? Okay, how you get the extension, how the different features you can configure on that one, what is this server, okay, what its hardware, what its software, what version we have, the latest version, okay, how you can access, how many different methods available, what different features you can be configure, and troubleshoot how you can do this one. The call is not going, phone is not registering, unable to dial. Okay, this is what we are going to be discussing in this complete collaboration course. Getting? Everyone is getting or getting bounce? So that is what architectural overview. In the architectural overview means here it describes what different components are the products we are having. Okay, and why in the architecture it's going to be give the design actually. Okay, what different product for what purpose we are using and how you can place it and where you can place it. That's how we'll be discussing in the architectural overview. Okay. The, sorry, guys. The Cisco collaboration on premises. Can you see here? There is a word on premises. Any idea what is this on premises? Now we have the cloud concept, right? On premises means whatever the infrastructure you have, that means the components or devices that placing on the customer office. Any whatever the infrastructure, device, server, anything you require. So you are placing that our customer office. Okay, customer office that is called on premises. Okay, or you can register on cloud also. This one we have cloud concept also here in the collaboration on premises, but we are focusing on premises, completely on premises. Okay, this architecture incorporates high availability for critical application. High availability means what is high availability? 24/7 only means how? For an example, sorry, in your area there is only one ATM machine, and that operates only morning 9 to evening 6. After 6 p.m., it's not going to be operate. Then there is no use of that ATM, right? Yes or no? Similarly, there is no hospital in your area. If any emergency comes, what is the use of that? So like whenever you build any infrastructure, okay, high availability is very important. Redundancy, backup, we can say. For an example, I have only one server. One server I'm having. There are thousands of users are registered under this server. If this server goes down, what happens? It disturbs to the all the 1,000 users, right? Because of this, we require one more server, backup server. If this goes down, there is another server, automatically it will be provided all the services. For that, we call high availability, redundancy, backup, high availability. One thing, or sometimes what happen here, if you take any server, every server having the ability, right? Some capacity it will be having. Okay, for an example, I'm having 50,000 IP phones. How many IP phones? 50,000. It's not possible to register 50,000 IP phones in one single server. Because you take any hardware or any software, there is a limitation. Yes or no? There is a limitation. It's not possible that one. In that case, what we have to do? We have to install another server. This is called high availability. Getting the point? So in the production network, you get into any domain in IT. I'm not talking about only the collaboration. You get into server side as admin, or you get into the network side, or you get into the security side. Any domain you get into that one. Here, high availability, redundancy, backup is very important. If one goes down, for an example, we have one server. All the Airtel customer registered under that one. If that complete server is down or got crashed, then no service. It affects. When it affects, huge loss. That's how. Because redundancy is very important, that one. Okay. In architecture incorporate, high availability also here in this. Means if you go into the on-premises, high availability also, it's very critical application. So this architecture supports uh, advanced set of collaboration services that extend to mobile worker, partner, customer through the following key services. Means this, whatever the infrastructure you build, this infrastructure you use not only to communicate internally, because for example, this is my company, ABC company, we are the employees. So internally to communicate, we can use some infrastructure. Also at the same time, we have the business partners. We have the remote users. Means there is another office in Singapore. Now we want to communicate from Bangalore to Singapore. Now we want to communicate to from my office to the business partner. Then also this infrastructure we are going to be. It's not like infrastructure to communicate only for the internal. Okay. External also we can communicate to the remote users, remote office, other office or business partners. Okay. What voice communication you can make it out? Next, IMP, instant messaging and presence, chatting. Whatever the chatting you have, right? For that chatting, we call IMP, instant message and presence. Okay. Next, high definition video and content sharing. For an example, you want to host a meeting with a customer. That's a video conferencing. And also you want to present about your product. Then you have to share your desktop or content sharing, whatever the content you have, you want to share. That also you can do it. Rich media conferencing. Again, conference calls, you want to make it out. Okay. If the more than 2% are participating in the same call, then it's called conference call. So the conference call, either you can go with audio call or video call. Okay. Collaboration services for mobile and remote workers. Mobile means also what happened here, this one. Now I can be access or communicate by using this IP phone. But there is one user, he's traveling, he or she is traveling, that one, they want to be join the same meeting by using the mobile phone. Okay. Even you can be connect to the remote workers and mobile infrastructure also you can be connect, or business to business voice and video communication, B2B. Means I am the one company ABC, there is another company XYZ. Between ABC and XYZ, some business meetings has to be done. For that also we can do this voice and video communication. And unified messaging, this one. What exactly unified messaging? See, this is what we are going to be learning this completely, for how you can make voice call, how you can make conference call, how you can make the uh, sorry, voice messaging, you can, how IMP you can, instant messaging, what different application you can use, what services you can activate, what different servers we require for to be work with these features. This is what we are going to be learning this one architectural overview. Got it? So this is we have a topology here. You can see that one. This is my headquarter. Okay. In the headquarter, see, there are different devices we have. Means different devices means these are the different products, different components we have this one. Okay. Then remote office I'm having. Remote office means small office. Okay. A third party solution we have. There is another office where we don't have the Cisco devices, any other different vendor solution we have, or mobile networks, mobile users. Mobile user means now it's a work from home, some user working remotely. For that we have, but this is my corporate office, headquarter. In the within the headquarter, we have many different devices for different purpose, different devices we are using here. Okay. So here you can see these are the endpoints. Endpoint means IP phone you have, video phones you have, conference phone you have, this one, Unity connection, call manager, IMP server, ISR gateway, DMZ, expressway, provisioning server. There are many other components you have. Don't worry about this one. Okay. This is what we are going to be learn about. What is this a Unity connection, what is this call manager, what is this IP phone, what is this IMP, what is this voice gateway. This is what we are going to be learn, but not covering all the product here. Okay, few products we are covering. Then after we have internet also, and we have the MPLS, PSTN connection. What is the internet? Why we require? What is the MPLS? Why we require? What is the PSTN? Why we require this one? What type of traffic this PSTN carries? MPLS carries? Internet carries? Remote network? How we can connect? This is how. This is the topology actually. Okay, this is the topology we are going to be learn. We are going to be build. Okay, so we have the many core applications here. Few applications we have taken here, and that I'm going to be discuss you this one. For an example, so completely about the IP phone we are going to be discuss. Means related to voice communication. Okay, what different components or infrastructure we require, that we are going to be discuss here in this one. Now you have an IP phone. You have IP phone or any phone you can take. For example, IP phone is a physical phone. You can take another IP phone, or you can take analog phone. Whenever if I write like this, you have to understand that's IP phone. Whenever if I write like this one, you have to understand that's an analog phone. Okay. Or you have the laptop or desktop. In the laptop, you can install some application. Okay. So now WhatsApp how we can install. So we have a Jabber CIPC phone or third-party phones that you can be installed on your. Now because of the work from home, it's not possible for everyone to be provided the IP phone. IP phone we can use in the office, but remotely when you are logging from the home, that one. So if you want to be make a call, what happen? Already you have a laptop. In the laptop, they can provide some application they can install. Example, Cisco Jabber. The latest is WebEx. WebEx you can go. Cisco Jabber, CIPC phone, you can Cisco IP communicate. These are the product of Cisco. There are third-party product we have, Microsoft Teams we have, Zoom we have. These are the other vendors that one. Okay, but Cisco products are WebEx, Jabber, Cisco Jabber, CIPC phone, or any other third-party SIP phones we can be registered that one. Okay, now we have a different phones here. IP phone we have, analog phone we have, or the soft phone we have installed in this one. I want to make a call from this phone. How you can make the call? You can dial from the IP phone. You can dial. Okay, if you dial, then how call is going to be proceed? Where you can do that configuration? What application? Where? In the laptop. But in an organization, there are hundreds of users are there. There is not a single user. In my company, 4,000 users are there. All the 4,000 users, they required for IP phones. Then, okay, team is there. How it's going to be managed that once? Before you dial, this phone require the extension, right? Even this phone also require the extension. Yes or no? Okay. Who is going to provide that number to this phone? Cisco is going to provide. How you can provide? And before you dial from here, this devices has to be registered. Where you are going to register that one? For that, we have one dedicated server. We have one what? Dedicated server. Now, many of you are working, right? When you are working, you are logging into laptop or you are logging into desktop. Whenever you are logging into laptop or desktop, you require username and password. Yes or no? Where that username password is created? Server. Which server? any privileged server. Okay. Many of the organizations, they use Microsoft server, right? Active Directory. Active Directory they use. If it is a Windows server, Linux server means Linux server they can use. All your usernames is going to be created here. Then you take any laptop or any desktop, that also it's registered under your server. Then you can go and you can be login here. And after logging, whatever the permissions provided from there, you can access that one. Any server, any application, any resources, you can able to be accessed. That means there is one dedicated server to manage all the users. Similarly, coming to this IP phone here, okay, if you want to dial from this IP phone, before to that, this IP phone has to be registered. It has to be registered, it has to be get the extension. Now, all this IP phone, it's going to be registered under this server. So we have one dedicated server. For that, we call CUCM, Cisco Unified Communications Manager. What is the server name? CUCM, Cisco Unified Communications Manager. All your IP phones, it's going to be registered under CUCM. Okay, then you will get the extension. For example, 1001, 1002, 1003, whatever the extension you want, you can provide here. That is the one thing. Got it? Okay, this CUCM we have. Phones got registered, we got the extension because we have configured everything under the CUCM. Now you want to dial. So I want to dial from 1001 to 1002. How call connects? You're dialing from 1001 to 1002, but how exactly call connects? Yes, again it goes to the CUCM. Now CUCM checks who is the destination, 1002. Where is the destination? Yeah, it's an internal network. Again, CUCM sending the ringing signal. You know, ringing signal means phone will be ringing. Then you can answer, you can communicate here, this one. That is the one thing happen. Now this is the internal communication. This is what? Internal communication. Now to make external call. For example, I am the user, my extension is 1001, but I want to dial my mobile number. From this IP phone, I want to dial my mobile number, or I want to dial to the customer, or I want to dial to the partner. Anything it can be. Then infrastructure comes, we get one router. Already everyone is aware what is router, right? Because router is the device we use to internal network and external network, private network and public network here, this one. Okay. Then from the public network, we have PSTN, not ISP, internet. Internet for what? We have PSTN. Now from the PSTN to our router, there will be a connection. Now from CUCM to router also, there is a connection. Okay, later we'll have that how the actual connectivity come, that one. Logically, you understand. Between CUCM to gateway, there will be a connection. From the gateway to PSTN, there will be a connection. Now here there is one guy. Okay, this is the number I want to dial, 97380-27864. I want to dial. Now, if I dial 97380-27864, again the call goes to the CUCM. Now CUCM looks, what is the number? 97. Hey, it's an external number. Now CUCM is forwarding that call to the gateway. Now gateway will be forwarding that call to the PSTN. Now from the PSTN, it will be connecting to this user. This is how call will be established. Got it? So now the CUCM, the whatever we have, it's a call processing and call controlling device. CUCM, Cisco Unified Communications Manager, it's a call processing and call controlling device. That means you dial any type of number, whether it's an internal number or external number, whatever it may be, who is going to process that call? CUCM is going to process that call. And even CUCM is going to control. For example, you are dialing international number. You don't have the permission to dial that one. Who is going to check it out, that one? CUCM. CUCM, whenever you dial the international number, suppose you don't have the permission, it's going to check it out. Guy, boss, you are dialing the international number, but you don't have the permission to dial out. It's going to terminate that call. That is what call controlling. You can control that one. All types of privileges you can be provided here. That is what CUCM. Got it? So now we are going to be learning about the CUCM. What is this CUCM? Okay. The primary function of the CUCM for calling. Primary function of the CUCM is what? Calling. Now, for an example, I have the mobile phone. What is the primary function of this phone? Calling. But we are not using this phone only for the calling now. Right? There are many other things we are doing. With this, I am taking photo. With this, I am browsing. With this, I am connecting to the social media. With this, I'm playing the games. With this, I'm sending an email. With this, I'm doing a lot of transactions, right? But the primary purpose is what? Calling here, this one. Similarly, here, this one, the primary purpose of the CUCM is for calling. Not only just we register the IP phone and we can assign the DN and dial the number. Along with this one, there are many other features we can be configured in this one. Okay, you want to make it call forward, call transfer, call par, call pickup, extension mobility. There are many other, so many things we can be configured here in this one. Okay, so that is about the one product CUCM. Got it? What is the primary, the basic? Here I'm giving the some basic introduction about the components. Got it? So that's what the CUCM, Cisco Unified Communications Manager. Clear? Make it interactive, this class. Okay, in between whatever the questions you have, please raise the hand, get clarify, whatever it may be, even if it is silly, you are not understanding. See, this is the very important, because the concept is very important. I'll be repeat this word many times. Okay, concept, it's very important. Here we don't have any calculations. Here we don't have any formula. Here we don't have any coding. Okay, nothing we have, the only concept we have. Okay, you have to understand the concept. If you fail to understand the concept, then you will not understand that product. It's not possible to crack the interview. It's not possible to troubleshoot also that one. It's very important, only the concept, where it is starting, where it's going, in between what other component is coming, what is happening. Okay, that is how you have to understand here. And it's very simple. Everything it's into clear text. There is nothing into the coding. Yes, coding concept, we have that one. The coding concept means not like that something you are building or doing something. Logs analyzation, we have this one. Okay, that will be coming into the higher level, that one. Now, at least if you are not analyzing the logs also, there is no issue. Okay, understand every component properly. Okay, again, it's not like a CCNA routing switching where I didn't ask you whether you have prepared the notes, whether you have practiced, whether you are attending the class, why you are absent yesterday. I was not asking actually this one, but in the collaboration, it's not like this. Okay, so I'm asking you only dedicate 2 months. How many months? 2 months you have to dedicate from today. Okay, you have to, whatever the time you get it. Okay, so I'm not asking you to be invest 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, this one. It's not everyone's ability to invest the 5 hours, that one. Maybe you can start with slowly with 30 minutes. After that you can extend to the 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 1 2 hours. This is how you can be start. But every day you have to study. Whatever the doubts you have, get clarified on the same day or the next day. Okay, and prepare the notes, go through the videos. Okay, I'm going to be capture and send, go through the videos, practice and everything, study on the same day. And every day you'll be having, not every week you will be having the mock test, mock interview, and you have to be attend for that one. If you are up to date within 2 months, okay, if there is an opening in the market, you'll get the job. How many months I'm asking? Only 2 months. not more than that. But you should be regular, you should be dedicated, you should be focused, practice everything you are doing. Clear? Okay. So that's the CUCM. Next, we have another product called Unity Connection, Cisco Unity Connection, CUC, Cisco Unity Connection. So what is this Cisco Unity Connection? For an example, this guy is calling to this number 1001. Okay, calling, ringing, ringing, ringing. No one is there to answer. Now we had to enable one feature called voicemail. If the user is not answering, or user is not available, or user is busy, then it has to get the one voice message. You can leave the voice message, and that voice message can store. Whenever if the user is leaving the voice message, it has to be stored, right? Okay. Where it's going to be stored? Again, it's going to be stored under the server, not on IP phone, that one. Now, it's not possible to store the voice message in the call manager. Call manager is not possible. So that's the reason we have one dedicated server called Unity Connection. Whenever if you leave the voice message, this voice message is going to be stored under the Unity Connection. And there will be a connection between the call manager and Unity Connection. Integration. There will be integration here. Okay. There will be an integration between the call manager and Unity Connection. And whenever the user left the voice message, leave the voice message, it's going to be stored that voice message here in the Unity Connection. So that's the primary function of the Unity Connection. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, CUC is required. If there is no CUC, first of all, that the feature we are conferring from the Unity Connection. If there is a Unity, then only you can enable that feature. That is a different, that services you have to be purchased. Generally, for an example, Airtel SIM, I'm having that one. If I'm not answering call, so separate service you can be request from the Airtel, and for that you have to pay separately. That is a different thing. Same scenario here. For that, again, in the Airtel also, if you are storing that voice message, they have to store in the server. Where it's going to store? Somewhere it should be land, right? So server is required. Something application, hardware, software, something is required there. Even the Airtel is doing this, they have the server. For that, you are paying monthly for that one. There will be a purge. You know the concept of purge. Purge means what? For an example, it depends here. We can give the space of some MB or GB. That many, in a, for example, you are leaving the voice message only for the 5 seconds. It takes, for an example, 2 MB. Now you are leaving the voice message of 10 minutes. Then it takes more space, right? So it will be after that one. What happened? This one you have to delete that one. Now delete. You can delete from the IP phone also. You get an option. You can delete from the Unity also. But Google Drive also, it's there is a space somewhere it's storing, right? So that's the Unity connection we have here. Call means what type of call saves? That saves under the Unity connection. You left the voice message, that's going to be stored under the Unity connection. External means, suppose you are calling to this guy is not answering, we can't do anything. Because this is the external network. That is not in my control. This is my control. Got it? Now you have the email in your company. What email you are sending, what email you are receiving, that one, that auditing can be done internally. You are sending one email to Gmail. Do you have a control to that Gmail? Now we can't do for the external things. You can follow. That's it. For example, daily you get a call right from the Airtel, sir, pay the bill, pay the bill, pay the bill. Sir, credit card bill. The both end unified infrastructure, you can do it. Come again. What exactly? I didn't understand. But that guy also for remote area means that phone is registered under call manager only, right? Then see, logically it's in one single network. Physically you can place anywhere. Phone is placed remotely that physically, but logically where that's registered? It's registered under my network, my company network. Okay. So that's how we have the unity connection. That's the primary purpose for the voice mailing we can use. There are other features also we have. For an example, voicemail to email. You left the voicemail. Obviously, I get the voice message on my IP phone. Same time, I'll get email also. Yeah, we can configure voicemail to email. Same server. Okay. That's what the primary purpose is for voicemail. Voicemail to email also we can be configured. Email also I'll be getting. Email means there will be an email server. Again, between this Unity connection to email server, integration will be there. Now we have Office 365, right? Integration. It comes here. From here, it goes to your account and you'll get the mail here in this one. And also a small setup of call center you can be configured. Call center, you're aware, right? You're dialing the toll-free number. Welcome to ABC company. Press 1, press 2, press 3, and call will be routing to the different agent. That we can be configured here also in this one. For that, technically, we call call handler. Technically, call handler. In general, that's a call center setup. Okay. We have one toll-free number 1800222456. You're dialing. Welcome to ABC. ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಒಂದನ್ನು press ಮಾಡಿ. For English, press 2. Then after language, again, different options you get, call will be routing. That kind of things we can be do it under the Unity connection also. That not very big, small setup we can be do. We will not get many features, but here, basic setup we can be do it here. Why you are converting? Already you have the voice message, right? No, email to voice, it's not. Email you are sending, it's not coming to Unity connection, right? It's going where? Mail server it's going. Email to voicemail. No, it's not. We don't have that one. It's kind of text to speech, some third party application we get. We had to integrate that one. Okay. But generally, nobody will do that one, right? If you have a voice email, then you can read it, the email itself. You are reading email also and you are listening on the IP phone. Then two different tasks you are doing. Clear? So that's what the Unity connection we have this one. Means there is another server. One is the CUCM. That's one product. Like how in a CCNA routing switching, we have learned about two products, router, switch. Like similarly here, CUCM, Unity connection. Then we have another server called IMP. Instant message and presence. Instant message and presence server. What is this instant message and presence server? Now we have a Jabber. Jabber is it's an application that we can install in your laptop, desktop, mobile phone. Everywhere you can be installed on that one. That's a soft phone, not a physical. This is the physical phone. That's the soft phone here. Now you guys have used that Skype, right? Everyone use Skype or Microsoft Teams or Skype if you have used, or Google Talk if you have used. Okay, right side or left side, you get users. Users will be there. Then also you get the indication that user is available or not. Green color, user is available. Ash color, user is offline. Red color, user is busy or meeting or in call. Amber color, user is away. That information to get it in the Jabber. Suppose I'm logging into the Jabber. Jabber, many users are there. I want to know the status of the users, other users. That other user is available or not available, what is happening. To get it that notification, we use IMP server. One thing. And also for chatting. Okay, you are chatting, right? For that chatting, we require the IMP server. IMP server we use for IMP instant messaging is what? Chatting. And presence. Presence means what? Status. Whether the user status, whether user is what is the status of the user? It's online, offline, busy for what? Whether it's in call or conference call or meeting call, what exactly that one? Away. So for that one, we use the IMP server. It shows whether user is, even you can select that one, but automatically it shows. You are away, it shows automatically away. You are online, automatically online it shows. If you are offline, it shows offline. But you want to switch it manually, you can do it that one. Okay. You want to be switch it DND, do not disturb. Or you want to select busy, you can do it that one. Okay. So that's how we have the IMP server. Call manager, Unity connection, IMP server. Okay. This is IMP server, Unity CUCM. I am going to place within my office, within my company. This is called on-premises. IMP server, Unity connection server, call manager, where we are placing? On-premises. Physical phones also where we are placing? On-premises. Now work from home concept we have. I am sitting here in my home. Okay. I am logging from here phone, from the office. Sorry, home. Now in the home, still you can use IP phone. Or you can use laptop. In the laptop, you can install the soft phone here in this one. Now this IP phone or the whatever the phone it's installed on the laptop, that has to be registered under where? Call manager. Now this is the external network, right? If it is the external network, it's breaching the security. It's internal network means more security we have. Now you have to connect to this one. How you are connecting? Through internet, right? How you are connecting to your organization network? Internet by default, generally. Now to connect from here to here, this is the external network, but this remote use, this is called remote users. This remote users has to be registered under your call manager. For this, we have two servers called Expressway E and C server. Expressway E Edge, Expressway C server. Okay, this is another two different components. Call manager we have, Unity we have, IMP we have, Expressway C and E. Expressway C and E we use for what? For the remote users to connect. Okay, now or else you can use VPN. Okay, VPN you can use. Okay, or this Expressway CE VPN less connect. Instead of VPN, we can use this one. Got it? Yeah, through internet, everything, Expressway. And this CE also, these are the two servers we are placing here in our company. In our Expressway E and C servers, it is used to connect the remote users. And it is a VPN-less connection. If you have a VPN, then you can communicate through the VPN. Now, without VPN, you want to connect to your organization infrastructure, you want to make a call, then Expressway C and E we require. And it's a mandatory now. We have a Jabber MRA, mobile and remote access. Means now I'm logging from the home. For that one, we call it Jabber MRA. For that MRA, we require Expressway C and E server, that one. Got it? These are the different components we have, and these are the different components we are going to be use it. And about these components, you are going to be learn. What is this UCM, installation, configuration, registration, troubleshooting, Unity connection, IMP, Expressway. This is what we are going to learn. Got it? Clear? So this is about the core application. You take any application, all the application has to be integrated to call manager, CUCM. Because 90% of the task is done by CUCM. Any call wants to become Unity connection wants to go means first it has to come to the call manager, then only it has to go to the Because phones where we are registering, CUCM. Other features has to be getted to this phone means through CUCM only it has to be getted. So that's the reason between call manager to Unity connection, call manager to, for CUCM in short we call call manager. Okay, call manager to Unity connection, call manager to IMP server, call manager to any other server, call manager to Express server, there will be a integration. There will be a integration. Okay. So that's what the core application we have. Okay, I'm not explaining again all these things. So this is what which I have already explained. See, CUCM, IMP, then Unity connection for the voicemail system, Expressway C and E. Okay, then we have prime collaboration deployment, prime collaboration provisioning. One is the edge. Edge means first it will be coming like we use the firewall. Okay, in the DMZ zone we use the E, and internal network we use the C. Later when we do the labs and everything we'll discuss that one. Okay, and all these servers we are going to be installed on the UCS server. I'm not explaining now what is the UCS. There is a separate again class we have to discuss about hardware and software. What the software is, what hardware, in that we'll discuss in detail. Okay, and see the first core application we have the call control. The call control, that's the call manager. Okay, and again in the call control we have many other products. Again, I'm not explaining you about that products here. Okay, why? Because later we'll discuss that one. Okay, about after discussing about the CUCM we'll be discuss this one. See, that's what enterprise we have, CUCM, package collaboration. For that we call business edition we have, or hosted collaboration, that is the cloud WebEx Teams we have that one, and CUCME also we have this one. Later we'll discuss about on that one. Okay, next we have the voice messaging. Voice messaging means Unity connection. Okay. Next we have the edge devices. Edge devices means Expressway C and E. We have this one. Okay. That for the remote users to be connect. Endpoints. Endpoint means IP phones. Okay. Video phone, conference phone, voicemail, present, everything we can do it. And different endpoints we have here in this one. IP phones. Again, we'll discuss when we do the practicals, IP phone registration, what different types of endpoints we have, that will be discussed on that one. Okay. Next, collaboration management services we have. Here you can see prime collaboration deployment and prime collaboration provisioning. This is two different dedicated servers we have. One for the configuration purpose, one for the deployment purpose. But again, we are not going to discuss about this one, only for the basic idea. Now, again, now if I explain it, you will be not understanding. You just make a note of that one. After few classes, you just remind me, I'll be explaining you what exactly these products are. Okay, that's it about the management service, that's a prime collaboration deployment and provisioning on this. So that's it in this chapter 1. So in this one, we have discussed about the what basic components we get, what is the use of that devices. So before we wind up, you have any doubts, any questions?